Well, we're going through a little bit of a wobble in the league at the moment, winning just one of our last 5 away from home. That one was away to defending champions Chelsea. We've got an away match against Aston Villa today, so I'm looking forward to seeing how we get on with that. But more importantly, we've got our first Captain Goodspeed derby in years. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2024 and another part of non-league to Champions League with South Shields. Today we are back with 2 matches, the first being away to Aston Villa in the Premier League before we take on Stockport County in the FA Cup third round, and our first Captain Goodspeed derby since probably about 2028. We have had plenty of meetings with Stockport over the years. And when was our last meeting? Let's have a little look. It was 2028 in League One, and it was a 3-0 victory for South Shields. Quite unbelievable, really. If you don't know why it's called the Captain Goodspeed derby, it's because South Shields, of course, is my hometown, where I was born and bred, where I'm from. Stockport is the town where I now live and work. This is my home away from home, I guess. So it'll be good to give them a good hammering, especially now that they're a League 2 side. But they do have a better record than us against ourselves in the Captain Goodspeed derby. They've got 4 victories to our 2, and there was a 2-2 draw in there as well. Since you were last with me, this is what has happened. We have beaten Sunderland 5-2, Danny Patterson, Nick Oliver, Ekene Mora, Wanyeri and Chamadeu on the score sheet there. We then were edged out by Manchester United 4-3 with Lere, Patterson and Mora scoring in that one. And 100th minute penalty by Ekene Mora, not enough to help us get back into that. We then beat Chelsea 2-1 away from home. Masudi and Mora putting us 2-0 up before a late Rui Jr. Consolation goal for Chelsea. And most recently we drew 1-1 with Liverpool with Marvin Lere on the score sheet in that match. We are still first in the Premier League. We are on the same amount of points as Newcastle. Much better goal difference. 5 points clear of Manchester City and 7 points clear of Brighton. They have a game in hand over us, but more impressively, we're 13 points clear of Liverpool and 15 points clear of defending champions Chelsea, who have won the last 4 league titles. It's quite unbelievable, really. Wolves have gone in administration, so they've been deducted 9 points, so they're looking pretty precarious at the bottom of the league, but still should survive really with their quality. Had they not been deducted that, they would have been up in 14th, so I still fancy Wolves to get themselves out of trouble. We've had a couple of transfer dealings so far in this very short transfer window. Let's have a little look at them. Evan Ferguson is going to be going out on loan to Inter Milan. Chevalier has come back, and he is essentially going to be playing all of the minutes that Evan Ferguson didn't. He will be joining Inter Milan on the 1st of January. It's on an initial loan deal, but probably one that will turn permanent. We did sign him for £60 million. We will make a profit on him with our deal with Inter, up to £78 million. So I'm very, very happy about that. He did score 1 goal for us, but unfortunately just didn't get into the side, didn't really feature too much. James Garner has had a transfer offer accepted for Al Ittihad. He's probably going to be going for around about £18 million, which, considering we got him on a free transfer 6 months ago, I don't think that's too bad a deal. Nathan Collins is looking at leaving on a free transfer come the end of the season. He is worth a decent amount of money and obviously was a very important player last year, but hasn't really featured too much this year, just making one start in the league. And we are looking at this guy, Stanis Idumbo Mazumbo, who is a 29-year-old Belgian international. We've offered him a contract and hopefully he will accept it and join us on a free at the end of the season from Ajax. There are multiple players out there who are looking absolutely fantastic, such as Bukayo Saka, all sorts of players. Let's have a quick look. Maybe they're not interested anymore. They were interested. What's happened? Is Saka not interested anymore? Maybe Saka has signed a new deal. I'm really confused now. Has Saka signed a new contract? No. Yeah, his contract expires at the end of the season, basically. So there's lots of players we can keep an eye on and hopefully maybe even sign on the cheap in January. Bukayo Saka definitely top of that list. He would be an awesome signing for us, you would feel, for the second half of the season. Still got great natural fitness, great pace, and is a legendary winger these days. But very, very good. Anyway, let's have a quick look at squad performances. Top goal scorer is Nye with 13, 12 there for Leray and 10 for Mora. Plenty rounding about the double figures mark. Top assists is Chamadeu with 14, then you drop down to 8 for Wanyeri and Matson, and top average rating is Donadell with a 7.39 average rating. Right, let's have a little look at the team for today then. We have got Hoyenhal in goal because both James Trafford and Alan Murphy are injured. We've then got Villemin, Nigu, Collins and Matson in defence. We've got Garner and Donadell holding the midfield with Chevalier, Patterson and Wanyeri starting behind Ekiti, Mora up top. So let's get ourselves into the action and see how we get on against Aston Villa. Okay, Hassan's on the bench. That's an interesting one for Aston Villa. Van Persie, of course, a player that they signed on a free transfer a couple of years ago. Really excited to see how we get on against this Aston Villa team. They are 11th in the Premier League at the moment. But as I say, we've got pretty poor form away from home right now. So let's see how it goes. It might be an absolute disaster. Who knows? But let's get into it. 3 points is, of course, the order of the day. Newcastle are playing bottom side Crystal Palace in this one, so they've already missed a penalty. You would expect them to come out on top in their match. We'll keep an eye on Brighton as well and Man City. Although it looks like Man City have perhaps already drawn 0-0 at Fulham. So that's a disappointing result for them. Brighton are playing Nottingham Forest. They're behind to Forest, actually. Man United winning 2-0 against Leicester. So, yeah, it's not a load of awful results for us, it has to be said. You know, it's working out quite well on the whole. 0-0 at half-time, though. And considering, you know, we haven't got our absolute strongest team out there today, this ain't too bad. What could we do? Yeah, I think Mora needs to come off. We're going to put Nye on for him. And I'm going to move Wanyeri on the right to be replaced by Patterson, to be replaced by Bettinio. And we'll see what happens there. 45 minutes to go in this one. 0-0 currently. We're not a side that doesn't score, typically. But it might be today that we get the 0-0 of all 0-0s. Newcastle now 3-0 up against Crystal Palace, by the way. They've had a second half burst. Brighton still behind it. Forrest, there's a header. Oh, it's off the line by Nigu. Collins. Now Chevalier clears. Yeah, might have to go with Evan Ferguson up top. This could be a deal where we say, you know what, Evan Ferguson, if you can get us a victory here, we'll give you till the end of the season. I mean, there's Hamid Gressman as well. Chevalier needs to come off. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's fine. Who else can change the match? I mean, possibly Donovan Robinson is the only other one that I think can do something. So we're gonna send them on into battle, and we got 20 minutes to go here. It would be a real shame if it was 0-0. Newcastle have very much won their match against Crystal Palace. Can we go and get a late winner here? We could do, because here's Gressman into the middle. Ferguson was stood waiting. Here's Gressman again. Gressman into Robinson. Nigu forward to Robinson now. Robinson to Gressman. Gressman forward to Evan Ferguson. What a chance that was. That was a huge chance. But alas, it stays out. Gressman, what's he going to do with it? Gets it to Nye. Here's Garner. It's Gressman, back to Garner. End of highlight. Damn. Oh, that was tough to take. Because that was a real chance for Evan Ferguson. But I think it's going to be a boring 0-0 unless in this final highlight we do something. Here's Bettino. Bettino on the ball, gets it into Gressman. There's Ferguson. It's Nye. Yes, what a goal. What an important goal that could be in the context of this season. Evan Ferguson will get credited with the assist, but it was really Bettino's brilliance there kept him going. Then Gressman into Ferguson. How he missed, I don't know, but Nye was there. He showed him how to do it. Makes it 1-0, and that is a huge 3 points for us at this stage of the season. We keep pace with Newcastle. We stay on top of the league via goal difference, and we increase our gap over Manchester City and Brighton, who did in fact lose against Nottingham Forest. So we're now 10 points clear of them. We're 13 points clear of Liverpool and a long, long way clear of Chelsea. 15 points clear of them at present. That is brilliant. Let's see how we get on against Stockport County. Okay then, here we are with a full-strength team to take on Stockport County then. The only thing is, Alan Murphy not quite fit enough to go in goal yet, so Hoy and Hal will be between the sticks, but everything else is as strong as it can be. Chamadeu, Thompson, Masudi and Matson in defence. Tonali and Donadell as our holding midfielders, with Chevalier, Patterson and Wanyeri starting behind Ekadi Mora up top. So let's get into the action. Evan Ferguson has gone. He has joined Inter Milan, and he will join them permanently should he play 15 matches between now and the end of the season, which I'm sure he will do. He is a top quality player for the Premier League, so I'm sure he will be over in Serie A. We've also put in an offer for Manchester United's goalkeeper, whose contract is expiring at the end of the year, just because I've had a little bit of a scare with this whole Alan Murphy situation. So if we can bring in another goalkeeper just to tide us over as a backup over the next couple of years, that'd be brilliant. Here's Chevalier with a cross into the middle. It is headed away. Here's Mora back to Chevalier now. Chevalier into Mora, and he scores 1-0. Ekadi Mora is in fantastic form at the moment. Obviously, didn't score against Aston Villa, but, he is somebody that has scored in a lot of our matches recently, and this is the sort of match he could go and score 4 or 5, get his confidence right back up there. But it is South Shields 1, Stockport County 0, and it is their first trip to the Sir Robert Briggs Arena as well. Here's Matson on the left-hand side, gets it forward towards Wanyeri into the middle. Here's Tonali now with the shot. What a brilliant goal that is from Sandro Tonali. Hasn't had the easiest of times here at South Shields. Just a few injury niggles over the year so far, but hopefully he can have a good run from now until the end of the season. And there he was, driving forward. Excellent shot into the back of the net. It goes 2-0, and that should be us comfortably through to the next round. Of course, we are the holders of the FA Cup. It would be lovely to retain that title. We have got an excellent record now in the FA Cup over the last couple of years. That is what we call a penalty. Jeff, that was a really, really terrible tackle from their number 5, whoever that might be. Is it Bateman? And he dragged Patterson right back. It's going to be Ekadi Mora to try and make it 2-0 here. Or 3-0, sorry. Score his second goal of the game. He steps up. It's a great save, actually. What can we say? Great save. Right, here's Tonali with the corner. He whips it in. Header from Mora. Thomason back, and then was the shot, but end of highlight. It still remains 2-0. Here's Thompson. Gets it to Tonali. Tonali now to Wanyeri. What would be lovely is seeing Chevalier on the score sheet. He was feeling quite homesick as well during his long layoff on the sidelines, and we did give him a month leave of absence. But he has come back, and he's trying his best. He's not quite hitting the form of his old self, but hopefully in the second half of the year he can rediscover that form and be ready to really attack next year. Here's Masudi into Matson now. Nope. End of highlight there. Bateman gets it forward to Beck, but Masudi cuts it out. Here's Tonali. Tonali forward to Chevalier. Chevalier gets it to Shamadeu now. Here's Donadell forward to Matson. Matson makes it 3. Half an hour gone, and it is now 3-0 over Stockport County. Very, very good movement on the ball there. Needed to be as well. And although they're not disgracing themselves here, Stockport, we are very much on top. Just seeing if there's any names down there that we recognise, but I don't think so. None of our former Flames have ended up playing down at this level. Here's Patterson running forward. Here's Chevalier now with a great chance. Yes, Thomas Chevalier with his first goal since his return. He will be delighted with that. He's having a good game, had an assist, and there's his first taste of goal scoring boots since his return from a very nasty injury. That broken lower leg kept him out the first half of the season, and he was just coming into his own really in South Shields colours, and just took the wind out of his sails, I think, that injury, and he needs a bit of a arm around him just to try and help him get back to his best, and we'll certainly support him with that. Sherlock on the ball, gets it to Moore. It's a good ball forward to Sherlock. Ooh, hits the bar. I think Hoyenhal got his fingertips to it. Here's Aliou, good tackle from Tonali, and now We're on the counter-attack. Wanyeri bursting forward on this left-hand side. Gets it now to Patterson, who's been fouled. Is it going to be a Gressman special? I think it is. Sorry, a Chevalier special. That's what I meant. Chevalier with the free kick just over the bar. Unlucky there. Right, Wanyeri's going to come off. We're going to put on Donovan Robinson. I'm going to bring on Nigu. I'm going to take off Tenali. Mora's going to come off for Nye, and Chevalier's going to come off as well. We can put Larry on. No, we can't. But we might as well play as many players as we can, just to try and get some game time and confidence into these boys. Gressman's certainly been somebody this season that's not played a whole lot. Here's Patterson with a free kick. Over the top, hits the post. Unlucky. Very unlucky. Here's Carter. Carter whips it in. Yusuf with the header makes it 4-1. That was an excellent set piece from Stockport County. Bullet header from Yusuf there. And Hoyenhal just hasn't really had the match time to be able to cope with something like that. Just isn't match sharp anymore. Will be leaving at the end of the season on a free transfer. So that's another motivation to get a quality keeper in. As a replacement, here's Donadell. Forward to Matson. Oh, hits the post. Oliver. Oh, over the bar. Well, unbelievable. This should be a good chance now. It's going to be Gressman. Gressman whips it in. Header away. No, end of highlight. Here's Patterson with the free kick. Over the top it goes, hits the bar. Very unlucky. Very unlucky. Unbelievable. Right, here's Oliver. Oliver gets it forward. Nope. Nope, Carter. Tell you what, Stockport, if this match went on another half an hour, you'd fancy their chances to get back into it. Good save from Hoyenhal there in what's probably going to be his last competitive match in between the sticks for us. Watmore gets it over to O'Connor. O'Connor back to Yusuf. Stockport definitely being the better side in these last 20 minutes. Header away by Nigu. And it is another corner. Here we go. Back in the middle. Header away. Watmore into the middle. Oh, it is 4-2. Max Bateman scores. I think he's offside, though. I think he's offside. What a shame for Stockport County. But I told you, you know, they're not a team to be laughed about. And okay, we've beat them 4-1, but really, a team of our quality should be beating them more convincingly than that, shouldn't we? But it is what it is. We'll settle for it. We're through the fourth round of the FA Cup. Can't really complain about that, and obviously got the late winner against Aston Villa, so all in all a very positive episode. So when are we going to come back? That is the question. I mean, we're pretty much guaranteed to be through in the Champions League, so I think we will be back for the Manchester City and Fulham matches next time out, and I'll let you in on any transfer dealings that we may come across between now and then. If you have enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up down below, subscribe for daily Football Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.